Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You are here in the home of the slightly above average ship review. I'm your host KPZ. I'm just an average player in World of Warships Legends. My winning percentage, somewhere around 53%. In these videos, my goal is to show you, the average player, what you can do in the given ship. And I gotta tell you, last week we had a Kraken fail in the the South Carolina. Boy, that was a dog of a ship. The ship we've got this week is the new pan-European battleship, the Viribus Unitis. It's a tier 4 ship. It was built by Italy, or at least built in the Turin shipyards, I believe, for the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Here's a look at the teams. Ironically enough, we're on Greece, because that's near Italy, right? So it's a dreadnought battleship. I want to say it gave Franz Ferdinand a ride a couple times. I'm not talking about the musical group. So we are out here, and I got to say, in the matches prior to this, and I was just looking back at the footage before I went back into this voiceover, I had some really, really great matches in the ship where they would start great. I would come right out of the gate, I would dev strike a couple of cruisers, or I'd have 3 kills, and I'd be on my way to that 4th kill. And in all of these matches, I was victimized by destroyers. So as you can see, I got destroyer PTSD going on right now. We are shooting high explosive. I'm going to say at least 90% of the shells I shoot in this match are going to be high explosive. All right, there we shot a destroyer and got a little bit of hits and got a cap reset. Here we're shooting at another destroyer. I just don't trust that I'm not going to get victimized by destroyers. So we're getting some green flags. We're setting our fires. We are looking at Izuzuchi there as we damage con the 2 fires that were set. We set him on fire a couple times. We get a couple cap resets. And now we're going to start to do what I call circumnavigating the outside of the map, because the inside of the map is not anywhere I want to be. As we said, some more fires. You might just want to keep an eye on the fire flag counter just to see how high that gets in this tier 4 battleship. Alright, so the Viribus Unitis, I really like the commander, Janko Vukovic. I think he's a good fit for the ship. I think he's got some skills that are interesting. We'll talk about them, but at the end of the day, you're going to be choosing from the regular skills. I'm going to go into the port and do a review of the ship afterwards. I'm just telling you, we have a heck of a game in this ship, folks. And maybe if it had been for a little bit better RNG, the outcome may have ended differently. So I certainly hope you will stick around and watch this. I can tell you, this match, in my opinion, has potential to be one of the greatest matches ever played on World of Warships Legends. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I use those words. Alright, so we're cruising along. You can see we're shooting at a Koenig when we're getting our reload here. We've set some fires, got some cap defendeds. I was going to shoot at the Koenig, but I am so traumatized by destroyers at this point. We are going to shoot at the Barask instead. And I spread out my salvo, even though it's already spread out. And we do disable his propulsion or rudder. And we also set him on fire, which, as you can see, he damage cons immediately. But I'm not playing around. I got torpedoed in like the first 5 matches before this one. And I'm not taking it anymore. So I'm shooting HE early and often. And I'm shooting it at destroyers when I don't have a better target to aim at. All right, here we're going to unload some HE towards the Koenig, same tier battleship. And we're going to set him on fire too, because German battleships are prone, in my opinion, to be caught on fire. And so definitely want to use HE towards any German battleship, in my opinion. All right, here is a Texas. And by the way, really quickly, let's talk about tier 4 premium battleships. If you're a BB main, I'm not a BB main. I probably play battleships about 30% of the time. I'm a DD main. I play destroyers about 60% of the time. But among the premium battleships at Tier 4, you got the Texas and Oklahoma for the United States.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Does Japan have a Tier 4 battleship? I don't think it does. You got... I don't think the Royal Navy has one. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's go into WoW's builds and take a look at premium battleships while we continue to spam HE out there at everybody we can see, including this Koenig, as we set another fire. All right. We're going to go to Tier 4 and hit the button. We're going to look at battleships. ARP Haruna, ARP Kirishima, never used either of those. Of course, Julio Cesare, I forgot, the Miyoji. Yikes. We got the Nikolai, we got the Oklahoma, we got the Texas, and we got the Oktoberskaya Revolucia. So of those battleships at Tier 4, I think we can all agree the best one is the Emperor, the Julio Cesare. All right. But I think you could make an argument that the Viribus Unitis might be number 2. It's pretty strong. Now, I've never played the Miyogi. I looked at it. I didn't like the turret arrangement. I didn't like what I saw there. I will probably never willingly purchase the Miyogi. If it comes in a crate, I won't cry about it. All right. I own the Oktoberskaya. I really liked it, but it's limited because it's a Gangoot that's up-tiered. It does have good AA. That's helpful in the meta. I would put it... So far, I'd rank them like this. Julio Cesare, number 1. Viribus Unitis, if what I'm seeing bears out over time, number 2. Oktoberskaya. Oh, it's tough. I think you could tie it with Texas. I really like Texas at this tier as well. I think in 5th place, you're going to be putting Oklahoma, and then the Japanese ships bringing up the rear. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just one guy. Maybe it's just my opinion. You tell me. You can let me know in the comments. All right, we are shooting at the Congo here. And we are shooting armor piercing. And I guess my secondary set him on fire? I don't know. Or maybe I switched to armor piercing immediately after firing that salvo, and I really shot HE. Again, I guess I was looking elsewhere on the screen, so I don't know the answer to that. All right, speaking of the Texas, here he is over there, way over there. And I believe we are going to shoot armor piercing at him once I get around the corner of this island. Hoping to finish him off, although I was moving my aiming indicator to get more of a spread on the side of the ship. And we do not finish him off. We do not. And I've got a cruiser over here and a destroyer, so we're going to switch back to high explosive. All right, and by the way, I told you to keep an eye on the fire ribbons using my super magnification glasses. I can see we have set 10 fires to this point. Not unimpressive. I used a double negative there. For a Tier 4 battleship to have set 10 fires. All right, we're shooting at the Texas again. Set the Texas on fire. Number 11. All right, still got a cruiser over here. Got the Koenig over there. Destroyers. I want to say the cruisers and Omaha. We will deal with the Omaha in a minute. By the way, looking up at the scoreboard, the enemy team has killed all but myself and one other player, and we only have 3 kills on the enemy. And I don't have any, but we do set another fire on the Texas. So it's 2 versus 6. The enemy's getting medals. We finally get our first kill. I would tell you how much time is left in the game, but I can't read it. It looks like it's around 5 minutes left in the game. I honestly can't read it to tell. The enemy is handily winning the game. We're going to have to kill every other ship to win. All right. Omaha, we're shooting at him. He was kind of at an angle, and we totally miss. This is really a harbinger for the outcome of this match, I'll tell you that. Just tell me right now, folks, just stop the video and just say, do I think KPZ can pull this off? Does he have a chance, or does he not have a chance? You tell me what you think. Tell me in the comments. Tell me if you thought I could have pulled this off, or if I did pull it off, or if it was as great a game as I led you to believe it was. All right, here's the Omaha. We're shooting HE. We're dodging torpedoes just by proxy. It looks like the Barask over there. We got the armor piercing loaded up for the Omaha. The Omaha's a glass cannon, folks. Don't let the Omaha hang around. He's doing damage, not a ton, but we're getting closer. I want to hook him up with these Austro-Hungarian, by way of Italy, guns that we have going on here. All right, there's our reload. There is our full salvo. There is a really nice double Citadel, high caliber metal, Confederate metal hit on the Omaha. Not much health left. We're going to put our bow more towards the Omaha. I feel I only need the front two guns. As our teammate is killed, it is now 1 versus 5 here in the Viribus Unitis. All right, front turrets are loaded. We'll lead the Omaha a little bit. Another hit to Citadel. Sayonara means goodbye. Kill number 2. We're up to 95,000 damage. All right, Koenig, not a lot of health left. We immediately switch back to high explosive because it's the Koenig and 3 destroyers. We are now in line for a solo warrior as we dodge some torpedoes from a destroyer I can't see. But look at that rudder shift, folks. Look at that rudder shift. Dodged him. All right. Dear Koenig, I would like you to catch on fire and die. Well, we didn't set him on fire. Let's shoot the rear turrets. Yes, kill number 3. All right, Barask, some other destroyer in front of us, and there's a destroyer on the mini-map behind us. 3 versus 1. This is like the Velociraptors attacking a T-Rex. All right, Barask, great destroyer, doesn't have a smoke screen. I think he could have used one. Kill number 4. All right, Kamikaze, my nemesis, behind me. I want to say in those 5 matches I played before this, a Kamikaze killed me from 2/3 or 3/4 or full health down to nothing in at least 3 of those matches. So we'll shoot the rear turrets at the Kamikaze. We're going to turn. This is a Farragut over here. We're doing some damage with our secondaries. We are just turning to get those front turrets turned around, the AB turrets, and get them aimed at the Farragut. He sets me on fire. I'm sorry, I don't have time for that. We're dodging the torpedoes. Those turrets are coming around. Can we take out the Farragut? Yes, we can. Kraken unleashed. And we set our 13th fire. All right, here it is, mano a mano. The matchup you've all been waiting for. Viribus Unitis versus Kamikaze. We shoot some shells as the Kamikaze disappears into the smokescreen. We are turning. We dodge his torpedoes, which would have meant impending doom. Can we finish off the Kamikaze? Can we finish maybe the single-handed greatest carry / comeback / solo warrior of all time? At least in my opinion, because I haven't watched anybody else to see if anyone else has a better one. Can we do it here in the Viribus Unitis? I don't know. But what I do know is that I highly recommend this ship if you are a BB main. I highly recommend this ship if you need a tier 4 battleship for premium earn ops, or to get those, whatever they give you, the premium missions where you have to get a win with a tier 4 premium. Highly recommend it. Like it a lot. Is it as good as the Julio Cesare? I don't think it is. Is it in the top 3 premium battleships at tier 4? Absolutely. And whether you put the October Sky Revolution as number 3 or not, I don't know. It's up to you. Anyway, time ran out. We did get a Dreadnought medal. I feel confident. If we could have seen the Kamikaze, we could have killed him and picked up the solo warrior. All right, Confederate medal, Dreadnought medal, high caliber medal, and of course, the Kraken Unleashed. 104,795 damage. We have 5 big kills, 13 fires, 3 hits to Citadel, 5 caps defended. We ended up with 341,573 silver, 3319 ship XP and commander XP. This is one of those screens where I wish I could have seen what it looked like if this had been a win. But that was not the case. All right, here we are on the top of the board, 1702, 5 big kills. Yes, clearly the Viribus Unitis is cracking capable. Yes, it is a very, very good ship. Is it better than the Julio Cesare? I don't think so. I don't think it is, but maybe that has something to do with the commander. All right, here in a minute, we're going to go into the port, look at the ship, and look at that commander. So here we are in the port, looking at the upgrades. Only 1 aiming system, mod 1. Your mileage may vary. Consumables, 4 charges of the repair party and 3 charges of the enhanced secondary targeting consumable. We did not use any booster flag at all. And we've got the Type 9 permanent camo and, of course, the International Peace Day flag in honor of Franz Ferdinand. All right, 35,700 hit points and a 25% torpedo damage reduction with our build. Got those 4 triple 305mm turrets, 14.3 kilometer firing range, 28.3 second reload, 34.6 second turn time. HE shells do 4,200 damage with a 23% fire chance. AP shells do 8,500 damage. You do have 12 sets of secondaries. They are rather large caliber at 150 millimeters, 5.2 kilometer firing range. They do 220 HE shell damage with an 11% fire chance, but the reload is 10 seconds. What a letdown. Other than that, I love those secondaries. These guns, very similar to Russian guns. All right, AA defense, abysmal, but at least you have AA. Maneuverability, 21.5 knots, 530 meter turning circle. Your rudder shift is pretty good at 11.5 seconds. And moving on to the concealment, it looks better than average. 11.9 on the surface, 10.2 from the air, 9.5 when firing in smoke. Let's go to the armor viewer. Man, this reminds me a lot of the Julio Cesare. We're going to take it all off. Is that a turtleback armor scheme? I'm not smart enough to know. But it looks like it could be called one. So we'll just say that it is. We're going to put this back on. You've got a really nice armor belt here. Icebreaker bow, maybe. Who knows? But again, I would not be as concerned about bow tanking with this as I would be in some other ships. All right, torpedo belt just below the water. Not really sure that does a whole lot there. You do have that robust armor plating on the sides and up the side into those weird honeycomb-shaped parts. Your turrets' faces are sloped a little bit. The sides and the barbettes of the turrets are more heavily armored. The roof of the turret is prone to damage, especially from German aircraft carriers. That is the armor profile of the Viribus Unitis. Now here's a look at the commander, Janko Vukovic. Base trait decreases the duration of fires. We've got Cunningham and D. Ravel as our inspirations. Row 1, we went not the one for nuisance. Row 2, crisscross. Row 3, firefighter. Row 4, master mechanic. And the legendary skill, will to rebuild. Now, why did we choose what we chose in row number 1? Well, that's simple. Base trait, decreased fire duration. That works in concert with firefighter to knock down fire some more, and not the one for nuisance to knock down fire some more. So maybe, you know, brawler here, you're going to lose main battery range. I didn't want to do that. And then reckless gunman, unique skill here. You can see reduces the reload of the main battery, but you take a huge hit in torpedo detection. I think maybe if they had given you Farsight down to the legendary skill, then I would be more amenable to using Reckless Gunman. You would never use No Fly Zone because you don't have enough AA to talk about. Anyway, that's my view of this commander. A commander that could actually use Farsight, but they don't give him Farsight, which maybe he should get it. Anyway, that is the Viribus Unitis. It is a recommended buy. I hope you get it, and I hope you enjoy it. Just, you got to watch out for those torpedoes, folks. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching.